Welcome to Winwood Magazine podcast. I'm your host, Susanna Baker, and today we're going to go into the journey of exploring Bernice Steinbaum's magical gallery. And the reason why I say this is because to enter her space is to really enter a sacred space of voices of so many women and marginalized voices in the past in the traditional Main Street art world. This is a place where women and artists of color have emerged and resonate through all her walls, through her ceilings, on her floors, in her kitchen, in her bathroom. We will explore some of the most amazing conceptual artists of the 20th and 21st century. Names like Hung Lu, Enrique Gomez de Molina, Carol Prusa, and in this wonderful explosion of color is Aurora Molina. And this is just the beginning of so many amazing artists. And so come follow me for an amazing interview with the iconic pioneer, Bernice Steinbaum. That's good to say. Without further ado, guys, get ready for the most amazing gallery with such different work, and it flows beautifully, the narrative, and it evokes so many conversations. And that's the great thing about Bernice Steinbaum. That's what she wants. She wants those conversations to continue, and they will continue because they started and got sparked off by you. So let's go see Narcissist, and let's talk about some of the pieces in this gallery. So we're gonna go up and look at the ceiling. Okay. Oh, Cara Prusa, that was in your gallery, wasn't it?
No, it was made for this gallery.
Ah, how gorgeous. Didn't you have one made for your bed too?
I do, I'll show you that.
See, I remember. Look at this. I would not leave, like if I was depressed, I come in here. If I was anxious, I come in here. If I was stressed out, I come in here. In other words, I'll live here.
Okay, take that room, please.
This is a great room. Oh my God. How long did it take Aurora to do this?
Well, it's everything that came before, and she's taken with those, making a room where you feel so comfortable. It's memories of childhood. And it's to say that beautiful is not a bad word. And the colors can be beautiful and the objects can be beautiful, but the material has to be beautiful. And you can touch any one of these and you'll find that you went to heaven because they're so soft and so beautiful.
I don't even want to touch.
They're really pretty wonderful.
I got to tell you, it makes me feel like I'm with my family.
Yes, that's what
Abuela, el tío.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. This is so much fun.
So come with me.
I have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I looked close to see who that artist was.
This one?
No, this one, and my jaw dropped to the floor because never in a million years would I look at that and say that's a Keith Haring. How unique is that Keith Haring?
Very.
Super unique. I mean,
Very.
I have never seen that. And the sign above it, what is that?
That means read between the lines. I saw this artist who was local. I thought graffiti would go Cyrillic alphabet and would be beautiful. That is not how graffiti went. But I saw that and I wanted to have it in my collection.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he came and did an installation for me. And he started to weep when he came into this room. And I said, "Did you hurt yourself? Is something the matter?" And he said, "No, I'm crying because you put me above my master."
Wow.
And wonderful things like that happen.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wonderful. Anyway.
That is amazing. Hanlu?
I'll get to her.
Go ahead.
I want you to look at that.
Maria Campos Pons?
Yes.
Look
Every
at that.
morning,
It's so
my husband and
gorgeous.
I had coffee in front of her. And he'd say to me, "Is that your favorite piece?" I said, "No, it's the piece I like to sit in front of in the morning, because it's my mother and I." And he said to me, "Honey, did you notice that they were tall?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Honey, did you notice that they were thin?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Honey, did you notice they were black?" I said, "Just like a doctor to talk about the stupidest things in the work." I said, "A work has to go beyond the surface, and one has to relate in a special way." The mother is telling Magda, if she gets educated, she can be and do anything she wants to be and do, and in fact, that has happened to her.
That's her mother in real life, and that's Magda when she
Yes.
was younger.
Yes.
Wow. And just to let you know, Magda is a MacArthur award-winning artist. Also, she is just got the Arts and Science Award.
Every
along-
award known to man.
Yes, which is huge.
These are beetle wings that the artist buys from Indonesia. He buys them by the pound. And the beetles fornicate, drop their wings, and the little kids go and pick up those wings and make earrings. He makes full-time sculpture. And most people think it's nailed things. It's none of those things.
The eye
These
is
are
following you.
beetle wings. They're sharp as hell. These are the natural color.
Beautiful.
And they come, and he has to insert each one by hand. And they're not divided by colors when they come. And he often puts feathers in their ears. And I just love them. They make a whole room.
It's stunning.
It's just gorgeous.
And the
If
eye
we-
follows you.
Yes, and if we had more time, I would tell you about that one, but we don't have the time.
It's amazing.
And so I'll show you Hung Lu's room. You know that one.
So we're entering Hung Lu's
Room.
room.
Everything in here is by Hung Lu.
Oh God, this is so incredible. Oh my God. Look at this piece.
Yes, pretty wonderful.
Oh my God. Yeah, the drips represent like her tears, right?
Right, they do. And this is about the women who had bound feet in China, who have to be carried around.
That's,
The eunuch, and that's the last living.
what you call the women that had the bound feet? They would crack their bones.
Right, look
and
behind you.
look at their shoes. So
Anyway.
the emperor would have these, what's their name? The Japanese name for these women, I forgot. Oh,
Anyway.
Okay.
And she's Chinese.
I know.
Okay, so it's curious to me that the artist does this huge painting, and then she has the courage to cut it and insert those boxes in there that are cigar boxes, also antique boxes. But what's curious about it is that it was the time of Bill Clinton, and we all know that Bill Clinton got in trouble with a young intern of his. And in fact, it all came to be with his cigar stains on her dress. And so Hung cut these open, did cigar boxes, antique cigar boxes, and she was convinced that I would put things in each of the boxes. I would not put things in the boxes because they were antique. But every time she came here, she would put something in.
Hung Lu?
Yes.
Oh, She
So
criminalized.
each of these boxes has a Hangul message.
Oh my gosh.
And I think it
It's
shows how
just-
incredible this
Yeah.
artist was.
Oh my God. And look at the way those shoes, did you see how the emperor and his women, his wives, they had to carry them around. They had no power. They couldn't even walk.
Nothing.
And they would have the men that had their what do they call nymphs? No,
No, they had their genitals removed.
genitals removed.
These are the 9 of them. And now come into my kitchen, where this lovely lady will be furious with you. Anyway, I want to show you one thing in the kitchen, and that's my ceiling. I don't know if any of you are Cuban, but I think Cuba has done
Look at those
the
lights.
most creative work, because any country that has a dictator and who tells a person he can or can't have art, and he can or can't have it because we educated you and think we own you, is shockingly bad and so non-American. So this artist that you're going to see on the ceiling did something that infuriated Castro, and he said no more art materials. There's no place where you can get art in Cuba. Everything has to be given by the government. And so the artist has to make his mark. And so he went to a place where there's a food place, and he gathered flies. And the piece that you see on the ceiling, can you come over here and see this piece? Is fly wings and fly legs. Wherever you see a piece, is fly wings and fly legs. What they did with the rest of the fly is they put it in a blender with gesso, and that's how the edge was made.
Oh my Lord, have mercy. That reminds me of an artist that you had represented that was also from Cuba, very poor, and he would chip away at the paint in the building.
You're going to see that too.
What was his art? What was
Pavel Acosta.
Pavel Acosta, that's right. He would do the most amazing work also.
Anyway,
wow, amazing.
What's curious about this is that I felt my kitchen was not hip enough. And I decided I wanted silver leaf. So I got silver leaf, and it was too dull. And then I put up this, leaves, and I said, it's too Lily Pulitzer. It was too sweet, and nothing in this gallery is sweet. And so with a lot of dust, huh? Anyway, and I had one of my artists do this, and I assure you, you will never find another kitchen that has that. And that.
You're too much, and I love the distress. Look,
yes, me too.
You just gave me an idea for a cabinet that I was almost going to get rid of until I saw this.
Go ahead, you do whatever you need to do.
Oh, yeah. Now, this piece that is monumental.
Yes.
With the faces, the mask.
Let me show you. I'll come back to this.
Okay, all right.
It's a big one.
Yeah, that is a big one.
This is another woman I represent. And the reason I'm showing you this is that you're going to see this man. He's a cartoonist. No, he's not here. He went to the doctor. He's a cartoonist for Key Biscayne. Everything you see here, there's no paint on this picture. No paint. Everything you see here is cut fabric. Wow. Even the cartoons of his, which he puts in the work.
Are cut fabric also? Wow.
Everything.
And it looks like a marker, and I could see the fabric. I could see the back of the canvas too, how he creates.
She.
She.
And then turn around.
BS, no BS.
And
Oh my Lord.
this is her brother-in-law, who's a gay man. And it bespeaks a time
Oh my God.
in our life when a man or person cannot be who they were. And so he was a gay man, and on Sundays they shut all the windows and all the doors. And he could put on makeup and his earrings and his high heels.
I just can't believe it's all done, cut meticulously.
Can you believe it?
No, and to get that emotion too on the face.
Incredible.
It is incredible. What's the name of the artist?
Her name is Shelley McCoy. She's one to watch.
Look, Pavela Costa.
Pavela Costa.
Oh, wow.
And here's another Pavela Costa.
Oh my God. So guys, you got to look at this. You got to see this close up. This artist is born and raised in Cuba. He's an artist, loves...
Best friend of the guy who did the ceiling.
And so now he has no money for paint. Forget about spray paints, nothing. So what he decides to do is go up against old buildings in Cuba, cars. And
They're falling down.
They're falling down.
Now,
And
he did nothing illegal.
right. And so he shaves off these paint pieces, and then with a knife, he cuts them, and he recreates these masters, all done with paint chips.
Totally crazy.
That's just insane.
And what's wonderful is that we see things in those paintings that he makes that we miss in the big paintings. And I make people feel them sometimes and understand that the Cubans were really trained in the Russian art history manner. So this guy knows all of those paintings by heart. And I think he's wonderful. And what I want you to see, which we missed in the front, but I'll show you now. These things, I got a kid into school, so she makes this.
Amazing.
I hate it. I hate it.
You hate it?
Yes, I hate it.
Oh my God, you can't hate it. I love it.
See all the lights go on?
Yeah.
And this is someone in the show that's happening on Saturday. And I said, what's this about? She says, I wanted you to know how much I loved you. I said, thank you. I don't have room for this stuff.
There's more?
Come on.
Oh Lord, this is Edouard Duval Carrier.
Yeah.
What?
Come on.
Are you kidding me?
Are you ready? Where's the fashion guy?
Okay, where's the fashion guy? Behind me. Look at this, all this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, I'm getting a massage on my feet. Oh, look at this. OMG. Are you ready for this, Zachariah? OMG. Look at these clothes.
New Yorkers are much more formal than people that live in this town. And people say to me, where are your play clothes? I say, I'm wearing them. Because for me, this is play clothing.
This is amazing. Just amazing. So well deserved. Oh, God. They should build a statue. After we get an art critic.
Get out of here.
After we get the art critic. Right next to that museum should be a statue.
I want to show you one thing.
I think what you've done for the art scene and the art world is just amazing. The contemporary art world is just every artist, everything you've touched with love, you've nurtured.
I do.
You've really, like what you just said, you know, get to know your artists, get to know their bad times when they're stuck on something.
And they are sometimes.
Of course, life hits you.
Magda is very smart. I can't tell you how smart she is. But she's invited to the Kwangsung Triennial. And she says, because she's very smart, she said, I'm not going unless they give me a translator. I see where they're going to put me. And but I don't want to be in the back. And she goes, and they give her a translator, and they fly her there. And she calls me, and she says, I love the space they've given me. It's at the front of the all the galleries. And you know, she does painting, she does ceramics, she does drawings, and she does performance. It's an incredible artist. And so she said, they've given me this whole front and I can do whatever I want. So I said, how much time do you have left, Magda? She said, well, I have 4 hours, but I made an appointment with a genealogist. I said, Magda, are you crazy? Why are you going to a genealogist in China? She said, my mother used to call me Sheena. I said, Magda, are you thinking you're Chinese? She said, yes, because my mother called me Sheena. I said, Magda, you're tall, you're skinny, your skin is black as the ace of spade. I have a Chinese artist here in the gallery. Her feet are wide and big, and she doesn't look anything like you. Your feet are ibis feet. She said, I knew you would laugh. I said, yes, I'm laughing. So I said, call me when it's over. 2.5 hours later, she calls me and she says, Bernice, I am Chinese. I said, what? So she said, when the Chinese built the railroads in New York City, they lived in hotels. When they built them in Cuba, they lived with the women in the quarters where they were under guard and key. And some of those men married those women that were making cigars. And I said, oh my God, I should have thought of that. Because when I was in Cuba, I went to a place that was called a Chinese whatever. They have lots of Chinese food, and you can buy Chinese things. That's right. And she was just out of her mind that she was Chinese, Cuban, and African. And so she was teaching at Harvard, and she went to the guy who's the head of Harvard and said, I want to take a course in calligraphy. And she did. They said, yes, my darling. They own 8 of her pieces. And so that's her first attempt, her second attempt, her third attempt, her fourth attempt. And when she did the bird's rear ends, the teacher said, that's it, you're finished. And so she went back into her house and tried to find a Chinese outfit, which she did. Now she wears Chinese royal robes. But anyway, she found an outfit. She went to the studio where she works, and she painted her hands and her face with white stuff. And what's curious about that, she's a marvelous technician. But notice that she left certain black areas on her hands and on her face to tell you that no one is pure. We all have other blood in our history, somewhere, someplace. I brought this to an artist and I said to her, make something for me. She said, what do you want? I said, I want my outside inside. And
wow,
she made
yeah,
this
there's your pool.
thing. This is my pool and various plants that we planted, and I love it.
Oh, it's amazing.
Do you want slippers to go home in? I have them.
No.
You sure? I have slippers, big fuzzy slippers.
Okay, I'll take them.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? I'm going to turn down a pair of Bernice Steinbaum slippers?
Shit.
Oh my God, I feel so special.
Well enough for her. That's it. That's it. You're crazy.
Now I'm going barefoot. You kidding me?
You're crazy.
Well, this has been a sheer pleasure.
Thank you.
A memorable afternoon for the books. And what you have done for the community of the art world will never be forgotten, but only remembered. Thank you, Bernice.
Thank you.
For everything.
Thank you for being you and so persistent. A great quality. I knew you when you came to my gallery in Midtown, and you wanted to know, and you were going to make something happen in this community, and indeed you did. I hope I have done the same, but You hang out with some great young men.
Yeah, I'm not Soderbergh.
And I think it's been a lovely day for me too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my love. Thank you.